I'm Jupinderjit Singh, and you are watching Decode Punjab. It's a digital platform of the Tribune. I'm joined here with my senior colleague Rajmeet Singh, and today we have a very special guest. He is a fighter against drug smuggling, and he is former Deputy Director of the Enforcement Directorate, Niranjan Singh. Welcome to our show, sir.
Thanks.
And our congratulations. The case which you were following for so many years, the Jagdish Bhola drug smuggling case, finally he has been convicted.
Yeah.
But there is one question which is on the lips of everyone. Sir, how big is the drug smuggling racket in Punjab?
The enormity of this racket, it is difficult. The authorities are not able to visualize. They are not able to make it.
Right.
What is the enormity of the issue? The problem is the authorities which are supposed to enforce the laws against drugs, they are not having priority. All villages, every third house in the villages, the problem of drug is there. People, young, particularly youngsters, are suffering. They are victims. They are not doing because of their own. They are victims of it. All villages, particularly Doaba and Amritsar, Tarantaran, Majha area, it is.
So you have questioned so many. You have questioned smugglers. You have questioned some suspect police officials also. You have questioned politicians also. So who is the one who is holding all these strings?
There is not one person, there are many persons. See, the drug trafficking requires protection, police protection from the authorities, concerned authorities, and those concerned authorities require protection from the political authorities. So in turn, political...
Smuggler to police, police to politician.
Yes, otherwise this drug menace cannot continue for long. It is continuing for the last more than 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah. The problem is governments have come and governments have gone. Some people said we will break the backbone of these people, but nothing happened. Some people don't have the courage to act. Some people are mixed up and some people are indifferent. In the authorities, in the government, this is the scenario, and our youth is dying. Even our girls and ladies are consuming drugs now. That is very dark side.
Sir, you're saying that there have been news of recovery of drugs and arrest of people, but big names are not coming. Everybody saying big fish has to be caught. Big fish. वो कितने ने जी big fish? केड़ियाँ ने जी?
Big fish, it is difficult to see with the naked eyes.
Yes.
It is difficult to see with the naked eyes. I was there for so many years working in the department. Big fish are those which are responsible and some are respected people.
But
Some
why are they
respected
not
people.
named,
Yeah.
being, they're not coming, nobody is naming them. Where is the
Authorities,
systems?
the person, it starts from the police department.
The respected police officials. You said respected persons.
In police also, in politics also. If I don't take action against the culprits, I am equally a criminal. If the political authorities, by the ministers or chief minister, if they know our police authorities are working against the laws or indulging in drug trafficking or supporting and protecting the drug dealers, then it is very sad. Those political authorities are not taking action.
Like, sir, one AIG, Rajmeet Singh, accused of making money from drug smuggling, from patronizing Inspector Inderjit Singh, ORP inspector. So do you think that he is also being protected because he's on the run for almost a year now? And Punjab police has failed to catch him.
You make your own assessment. I will give an inside view about this. I was investigating this matter, this Rajmeet Singh's matter.
You investigate?
Yeah, I was investigating this. I wrote to the Punjab police authorities for details.
Okay.
They didn't give the details to me. I raised this matter in the High Court.
Okay.
and the double bench, the two judges were there who were hearing the matter of court on its own motion, that is called PIL, drug case PIL.
Yes.
So I raised my hand. I said, "Sir, I want to make some submissions." He said, judge said, "Yes. What do you want to say?" I said, "Sir, I am investigating some police authorities, and Punjab police authorities are not giving me information." The judge is there and then ordered that all the information required by ED should be submitted within 1 week, and if required, a meeting should be held with Niranjan Singh, Deputy Director. And within 1 week, every information came to me. I recommended registration of case against Rajmeet Singh.
Okay.
The file was taken away from me and transferred to Delhi office of ED. And this,
When did this happen, sir?
it was in 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
The Congress government.
It was here Congress government and there the same government in Delhi.
That was the time when the target killings and all those.
Yeah. So the protection to the drug dealers is given by police, and protection to the police people are given by the political authorities.
It's a long rope.
Yeah.
That's the whole nexus.
Yes. This scenario is very, very, very dangerous. Our youth is faced with a dark era ahead.
So that case continues to be with Delhi?
I don't know what happens to it. It was taken away from me in 2018. I don't know what. I retired in 2021. Then nothing happened.
Sir, how tough was for you to, remain within rules and investigate such high and mighty people? You were transferred, cases were withdrawn from you. I heard that some senior officer ordered that you should be hounded. So, please talk about that, sir.
It was difficult. When we are initiating an investigation, there is no problem. When the investigating officer comes out with some results which touch some persons whom people call respectable persons or persons in
Respected.
authority, yeah. So then there is some pressure. So during investigation, whosoever figured in the interrogation, he was brought on the papers in the statements during my period, and some political persons were
And a colleague
found.
minister, sir.
Many ministers.
Right.
Yeah, some ministers, one minister has been charge sheeted also, then his son has also been charge sheeted, then one more MLA, Chief Parliament Secretary, has also been charge sheeted, then one more minister who is still facing the investigation of SIT or Punjab Police in the same matter. So, my experience is drug dealers are protected by the police authorities and in turn the political authorities.
So you were transferred in that case when you were investigating a Kali minister, and your own department officials were interfering with it.
See, I just pity on such souls. Our job is to investigate, bring out the truth and put before the law, or ultimately the public should come to know what was the wrong and what is the right. So during that investigation, some people figured, and a statement against there was some revelation against some serving minister from the Akali government. Then after some time, I recorded the statement. After some time, I was transferred to Calcutta. Then the Honorable High Court stayed the transfer, and the stay continued till I retired, despite best efforts from the government to get it vacated.
Sir, you said कि जिदा तुसी उदा राजी दा केस दस्सिया कि he was transferred. This means going beyond the political and the jurisdictional boundaries. The drug nexus, the center, the powers in the center government also, which control them, protect them. We want to understand this. It is restricted to the state or goes beyond.
Center government as a whole doesn't interfere normally in the in such heinous crimes. Normally it doesn't. Central government is very clear on that. But some souls, some authorities, they may have some soft corner over somebody. That may be the reason. Or political, the persons who were affected, political persons who were affected, they might have prevailed upon some authorities.
Because they blame the center blames the state कि ऐना करके हो रहा है, वो कहते हैं ऐना करके हो रहा है. So people, common man doesn't understand.
Main responsibility to enforce the NDPS Act lies with the police authorities.
The
Main
state-
responsibility.
state
The state,
police.
yes. Then comes the NCB, Narcotic Control Bureau. The Narcotic Control Bureau, it is a Government of India department. It is having offices in so many states and it doing whatever they could do. But still then, from their side also, I think much more is required. As far as states are concerned, particularly I will talk about Punjab. I remained in Punjab for a long time. The mixing up with the drug traffickers, drug lords by the police authorities, not at lower level, at the highest level. That is dangerous.
At the highest level,
I am saying,
with full authorities.
yes, that is dangerous.
Then these police officers go to center on reputation also. One of these could be going. So
No,
are
anybody
giving a
could go
very-
anywhere. That is not the point. Point is you have to enforce the law as it is. I didn't make any distinction between black or white or big or small during my whole service. Whether I was in Delhi or in Punjab, ministers were arrested in Delhi. There was pressure not to arrest, but I said no, law has to be enforced. Either you arrest him or you don't arrest the other persons also. So you have to put your foot down. The people who are having authority, this authority is required to be used to enforce the law. I cannot use my authority to get profit for myself. It's not a profitable job. It is a service. People will lose confidence in the authorities if you don't take any action or protect or mix up with the criminals.
Sir, it is said or it is alleged that central government often misuses enforcement directorate for their own political gains. That is one. And second is, that enforcement directorate, the ED officials could also be helping patronizing some drug smugglers or the politicians who are helping drug smugglers. So what has been your experience and finding in this?
There are 3 points. One is ED officers may be shielding or protecting drug smugglers.
ED officers
No.
can be.
No, because they don't have any authority to seize the drugs.
Okay.
ED officers don't have any authority to seize the drugs. If you don't have any authority, you can't protect anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So ED officers cannot protect the drug smugglers because it is not their duty to seize the drugs.
But they can investigate the money
Yeah, that
laundering.
is the second part. Once the case comes to them, it is for them to enforce the law with full force, not to protect anybody or not to shield anybody or not to help anybody or not to victimize anybody. Again, I will say the case to ED comes at the second stage. First, it is NCB or police who seize, recover or make out a case under NDPS, then ED comes into the picture. So before that we don't come in the picture. So ED is very difficult for ED people. If somebody indulges in drug trafficking, ED people cannot seize it or they can't, as per law they can't do it. It is police authority.
And let me rephrase, sir. So, has any ED official tried to save someone who you were investigating under the PMLA for money laundering or something?
Yeah, that is a different thing. That is a different thing. When the investigation is continuing, then people in ED or any agency, people or higher authorities could prevail upon the junior officers to do this way or that way. But that is everywhere. That is not in ED only, because ED is not, it has not come from the heavens, where on the earth has any other agency or other human beings. So such allegations are always there, and there is possibility that some people may be influencing the investigation. That can be denied. Not only that, you raised one question, I will reply to that. You use one word, this hound him. So I just laughed at that as a very senior officer, very senior officer.
Senior officer of the ED.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, hound Niranjan Singh.
He said this.
Yeah.
So where did he say this? In a meeting?
Yeah. Then
in an official ED?
Yes. Then this traveled to me Then I wrote down a letter to him.
To that officer.
Yeah.
So when you were investigating this drug money laundering case,
Yeah.
especially against an Akali minister, a senior ED official ordered that he should be hounded, to hound up Niranjan Singh.
Yes, he directed some authority to hound him here. Why can't you control him? This came to me that some senior officer says Niranjan Singh should be hounded. Then I wrote down a letter to that officer. My sir, I have read MA up to MA in English. So don't put your word. I don't know what is your qualification, but hound means like this in the page number this of Oxford Dictionary. So this is bad. The hounding, the word spoken by you is a language of gundas. I wrote a letter.
You wrote that.
I wrote a letter.
That's a
That is on
language of
record.
orders.
That is on record.
Official letter.
Yeah, and I have the receipt for that letter with me.
So what was the response?
No, then you don't expect anything from such persons. Can you expect? Who can indulge in foul language? You don't expect anything. I just ignored it. I ignored it. I can be hounded by only one, that is God. I can't be hounded by anybody else on the earth. So I was very clear. As long as I am doing my job properly, that's all.
So you said you were pressure on you. I think your case of charge sheeting you in that daughter's marriage was part of that. How did you? What happened to that case?
Yeah, what happened that some accused persons made allegations in that his wife, his daughter he married off his daughter, and one singer sang some songs there, and he paid some huge amounts. I wrote down, it was not in the department, it is by the accused persons. I informed the department that these are the expenses, and I have paid by check to all these people about 4 lakh something. So I could not have paid more than that. Then there was no rate also fixed by any government. There was no, even now, has any singer fixed any rate? Has those rates been fixed by the government of Punjab or government of India or any department? So he was not taking. I said no, we have to give it, we have to pay it. But I paid for that from my own account. And the department was of course not happy with me because of they wanted the investigation not to go this way or that way. So at the last, because this matter was pending for the last many years, there was no inquiry with me. When I retired, they simply gave a notice saying that marriage you some engage some singer and payment has been made, less payment has been made. Anyway, that inquiry is going on for the last.
Still going on.
Yeah.
Oh. The inquiry is what stage now? It's closed.
I don't know. That is for
you
the
have to
government
go
side.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to reply to their whatever they are saying.
Talking about this case, which my colleague pointed out, is this a way to stop an officer from investigating, or what are the other ways in which an officer is stopped?
The problem lies with our integrity. If I have 10 officers under me, I should know the capacity of all the officers and the temperament of all officers. If somebody is not amenable, if somebody can't be pressurized, then you shouldn't pressurize that. If you want some good people to investigate, then you should employ some good officers. I never remained a good officer. I was a ruthless officer, ruthless for everybody. If some within the law, everybody was respected. If somebody out of the law, out of the rule, somebody tried to influence, then I was furious. Not in this case, all the cases, from 1995. Before that, of course, I was transferred here and there was no problem. But after 1995, I decided, no, nothing doing now. It is enough. And there was a case in which some officers of one agency were found taking bribes from the gold smugglers.
Oh, which case
long back.
This was
Just very old case. Very old
just after terrorism.
Just after terrorism.
Yeah.
So when I directed this case, that he was taken away from me. See, it is long back, more than 35 years back. So this is habit of the government to take away the cases which, which
That is why you resigned also once. Have you resigned once or more than?
twice. So last time in 2018, because there was in 2017 I was promoted, 16 I was promoted as a deputy director. Then in 17 they appointed 2 IOs under me to investigate these drug cases. I was ordered by the Honorable High Court to supervise the investigation. Supervise and monitor. These were the 2 words used by the DB, double bench of the High Court. So supervise means I have to supervise the investigation. Monitor means I have to monitor the investigation. But after 1 year, nothing was done. So I continued telling my superiors, there is no work is being done. It is very difficult for me. I even mentioned this before the High Court also. Ultimately I resigned because there was no utility, because I was
the Captain Amrinder Singh government.
Captain Amrinder Singh government, it was no government, because it is the same government. The officer of your government, Rajmeet Singh, is found involved in drugs, and this government, Captain Amrinder's government, didn't take any action for 4.5 years. This was no government. They were involved in drug protecting the drug smugglers, including the police officers who were involved in that. So I am very sorry. This period of the Punjab, 4.5 years from 2017 to this
22.
Yeah, this is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's not like that earlier period was also disgrace, but this was also a disgrace.
Especially because they promised that they will.
Yes, they said कि मैं लक तोड़ दूंगा.
Yeah, and drugs issue in 1 month.
So people were
They voted them to power.
People were not
So
happy.
what about now? 2.5 years of this
Nothing is
government.
happening.
It's the same.
Same
the same,
legacy
yes.
is going on.
Nothing is happening, I am saying, because making recovery is a different thing. And your claim was, put us in government, we will stop this. Are you able to stop even one shop opened by these drug addicts?
But sir, when we talk to police officials, they
drug
say
dealers?
we can only recover, we can only check the supply. But there are other agencies, there are social agencies, there's the health department. So can police alone check drugs? Because
It is
once
the duty of the police, because they have to do it. If they can't do it, let them leave the job and go away. Somebody else will come.
it's the prime duty of the police.
It is the duty of the police. If somebody is chief minister or minister or DGP or CPs or SSPs or constables or whatever they are not able to do it, there is no fun in continuing or keeping them in the chairs. Likewise, ED also, any department I am saying.
So it's the prime responsibility
Yes,
of the police.
it is a prime responsibility. Then the responsibility of the ED. Whatever FIRs have been lodged and the copies of FIRs are provided to the ED. ED has to examine whether it is fit case for money laundering investigation
Or not.
But normally in drug cases, it was my opinion, then also now also, all FIRs registered required to be investigated under money laundering.
All FIRs.
Yes, all FIR registered under NDPS required to be investigated under money laundering, because you cannot simply smell the money FIR and decide that nothing will come out. No, you have to investigate all and every cases, find out whether money laundering has been done or the assets made from the from the crime, and investigate. If nothing comes out, you can close it.
So do you have any plan for Punjab, how to, track down the, the corridors through which the politicians operate? How can make the effective the system of checking the drug management in Punjab?
Lawfully, all governments in the world have failed lawfully to tackle this. But if everything fails as per law, then people have to come out in the streets. They have to become police themselves. Ultimately,
Now you have retired from service. How do you plan to contribute now? Of course, you are part of the court cases going on.
no, court cases will continue, but of course my heart weeps. because the people who are supposed to act, they are simply passing their times. Our youth are dying. Children, school going children are dying. They are victims of the drugs. The orders passed, issued by the Honorable High Court in this drug PIL case, Bhola drug PIL case, those are not being enforced by the state governments of Punjab and Haryana, both.
Still.
Yeah. One aspect was make out a list of all the chemist shops in Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh. Make out the list, examine them whether they are legally run by the authorized persons and whether some synthetic or other drugs are being stored and sold from those points. Government of Punjab has not taken any action excepting maybe 1-2 cases. Otherwise, this has not come in the open, in the public, that they have find out and examined and investigated all the drug chemist shops. It was the order from the court. If you are not applying the orders of the court, then what for you are sitting there? I am very sorry for these people.
Sir, recently after retirement, you have doing some social work also. You were talking about ED intervening in the pollution of Buddha
Yes, yes.
Darya, and it is another type of a menace in Punjab.
See, our problem everywhere in the government is that you are not left with so many persons, so many manpower. ED is having, I think, 50 or so officers in Punjab. So their energies are, diversified. Drug cases, these cases, that cases, FEMA cases, then so many court cases and high court cases, trial court cases. But yes, wherever crime is there, particularly against the humanity, against the public health, against the state, against the interest of the state or the security of India or Punjab, then all agencies, including ED, they must come on the front line.
So you have formed a social group. Do you have political goals also? Do you think that's the way to clean the system?
See, the system could be cleaned ultimately through political process only. These social groups, they may be pressure groups. They may be able to educate or make some, put some pressure on the government and authorities. But ultimately, the action has to be done by the authorities concerned. Whatever law, whatever crimes are there, whether it's drug crime or this terrorism or any smuggling or whatever it is. So ultimately, it is the government which has to do it. The authorities of the government, like the most powerful authority in India, police authority, is on SHO.
The SHO.
Yeah. At the SHO level, at the field level,
SHO is the one who heads the police station.
Yeah, he is in charge of the police station. Of course, he is left with 50 or 60%. Out of those, so many people are doing so many work, but still, then after doing everything, he is left with only 5-10%. But still, then it is his responsibility, and of course, his power also there. So we require good SHOs in the state who could enforce the law and become a terror to the. You have to become a terror to the criminals. I never been a gentleman. I have never been a gentleman to the criminals.
Well, that's a candid admission by Niranjan Singh ji. He has fought for long against drugs, and we also hope, sir, there are more officers like you who continue fighting against drugs and save Punjab from this menace. Thank you for watching Decode Punjab.